Hey guys, I have my sweetheart Austin here with me today. He also has a Les Paul. If you haven't seen the video where I talked about my Les Paul, I'll drop it here for you guys to see. So this is his. I'll let you tell him what it is.
It's a Les Paul Classic from 2008 with the black nitro finish. Double humbuckers, obviously Les Paul. Reason I got this mainly is because of Neil Schon, one of my favorite guitarists.
In Journey.
Yes, who Katie's also freaking out about right now. But I had it since I was young. My parents got it for me, and you know, had it at this point, I guess 12, 13 years, something like that. And sweet guitar, always been my favorite, so I love it.
Yes, and also just want to say a quick bit to thank all the people who've been subscribing and commenting. We really appreciate that. We've kind of been shocked at the, you know, outreach that we've had of people watching videos and commenting, and it's really cool. We really appreciate that, guys, so big thank you on that. So one thing that's always super interesting between Gibson and Strat people, or Gibson and Fender people, is I always want to know why people prefer one or the other. I like them both, but I definitely wanted a Les Paul instead of a Strat or a Telecaster. So what made you want a Les Paul versus a Fender or another guitar?
So for me, it was, I grew up on classic rock. And that's what I've always played, what I've always enjoyed playing. And just me personally, the Gibson is easier to get that kind of sound out of, in my opinion. The Strat definitely has a good sound, but it's just different. Twangier, a little more, in my opinion, country style than, you know, hard rock kind of style. This one's a little fuller, warmer sounding, in my opinion, and that's kind of why I chose this one.
Right, and that's what a lot of people say, is that it has more sustain, it's a fatter, rounder sound. That was why I chose one, but I'm always interested to see what people think, and you know, one day maybe I'll have a Strat. I would like to have a huge guitar collection with as many guitars as possible, of course. So, what kind of strings do you play with, and what kind of pick do you prefer?
So, pretty basic on the strings, pretty basic rock choice, Ernie Ball Slinkies. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy there. Okay. So, again, for the pick, just a little 3mm stubby, and I just like a really small pick and a really stiff pick, because I like to do, like I said, a lot of rock, picking out a lot of stuff, and one of the main things I really like to do is pinch harmonics, and the stiff pick really helps for that, in my opinion.
Can you show us?
Yeah, sure can. Stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so. I love that kind of rock sound. You got any other bits and pieces you can play for us?
Got a couple more. So this first one, how about you try to guess what it is?
Okay, I will try, but I might.
I know you've listened to this person. I don't know if you know the song though.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it a whirl.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to guess something by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Correct. You know the song name?
Does it start with a C?
It does. Think about whiskey.
Cold something?
Cold Shot.
Cold Shot, okay. Yeah, Stevie Ray was awesome. The interesting thing about him is that he played a Strat and he played with 13-gauge strings.
Thick strings, yeah, real thick.
Which is insane. I recently put 12-gauge strings on my guitar, and it was a nightmare. Yeah. I thought they were going to be really great, and not that they weren't great for something else. It was a nightmare. It felt like playing blocks of steel.
Yeah, so, after playing 10-gauge, thinking about going to 13, that would be rough.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive. Do you have anything else that you can play for us?
Yeah, sure do. So,
yeah. That was Katie off screen there.
So you've always got the classics.
All right. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So were you self-taught? Did you take lessons? How did you learn?
So I took lessons for a while, just in town there in Americas. Took lessons for a little while, and just learning, you know, basic chords and stuff like that. But really, what's taught me the most is just looking up tabs for stuff, because I can't read music, and looking up tabs, looking at YouTube. YouTube is the biggest thing. So kind of teaching myself from that, and just seeing how the little tricks people use to do things, and that's really been the biggest help for me.
Right, right. So, dream guitar, or maybe not dream guitar, but if you could buy one right now, you had to go buy another guitar, that would be a great position to be in if
Yes.
you were forced to buy another guitar.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make me buy one, I could find one.
What would it be?
So, first of all, dream guitar,
Pretty much
already
is
got it.
this,
So,
right?
but if I had to buy another one, I gotta say, when we went and got your Les Paul, I was very surprisingly impressed with the PRS, Paul Reed Smith. And I can't remember the model, but I've been doing a little bit of research. It looks like maybe it was the Custom 24. I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
but
I think maybe it was.
I was super impressed with that one. The feel of the neck, the playability, and it was the closest in terms of tone that we played it there, at least, to the Les Paul. So I was very thoroughly impressed with that. So if I had to get another one, I would probably lean pretty heavily towards that.
I think I probably would too. The one that we looked at, I think a lot of the PRSs I've seen have these beautiful flame maple tops, and it's almost like a cross between a Strat and a Les Paul.
It is a little bit.
And that's what I would tell anyone who's leaning, you know, I don't know, Strat, Les Paul. It's almost like a mix.
Yeah.
It's got more the body style of a Strat, and it's got like a really nice, it's got like a belly plate in the back, you know, where it's going to sit against your chest or your belly, and it's got a nice kind of arm plate.
Yeah.
So as far as playability, it's super nice, super pretty, but the neck also felt really similar to a Les Paul. I kind of expected like a really Stratty type neck, where it was like speed bump frets and a really kind of C-shape.
Yeah.
But it was a mix, so.
It was really nice. Played really, really nice, and I was surprised by that. But yeah. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be that.
What color?
The one they had was like the flame gray top. I like the look of that one. When I was doing research, I found one with like a cherry and black top though. Man, that was pretty. So I might have to go with that.
That would be beautiful.
And that's rock and roll. So
rock and roll, yeah. So speaking of rock and roll,
thinking of riffs, it's hard not to think of Slash, right? Slash,
Sure.
classic guitarist. He's a band called the Velvet Revolver. And they had a really cool riff that I like. Gotta go to drop D for that though.
we should
I just
start a
love
rock
that.
band.
I
Let's
love
start
that
a rock
riff.
band.
It's super easy to play, but it's just driving straight forward.
Oh yeah.
Just good rock riff overall.
Oh yeah. Another thing that we should talk about is amps. What kind of amps do you prefer? It's kind of hard to see that amp back here in the back.
Yeah.
But he does have a Marshall amp.
Marshall, like, I don't know what you call it, half stack, just one speaker stack right there. It's an MG 100 FX. I've had this for a long time too now, maybe 10 years-ish, something like that.
Do you prefer Marshall over Fender or the Orange amps? Or...
You know, they've all got their merits, and I really, to be honest, haven't even tried all of them, but had a little Fender solid state before I had this, and it was fine. You know, it was really loud, had good crunch to it and all that, and so I like that just fine. But just wanted to go with something a little more powerful. Just, you know, not even that I use it like how it's supposed to be used, but just playing around in the bedroom, get a little more power.
Yeah.
Feel a little bit cooler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like this amp. You know, it's in my opinion got a really good tone with the Les Paul, especially.
So before we end this video, if you had any tips, tricks, advice, anything to give to someone else who's starting guitar, who's experienced at guitar, who wants to buy a guitar, what would it be?
Well, you know, I'm definitely no expert by any means, so what I've always just tried to do is learn what you like and have fun with it, and the rest will come, because, you know, if you enjoy it, you're gonna keep doing it. If you are just, you know, trying to learn scales, just super, like, not into it, though, yes, learning scales is great, don't get me wrong, but if it's not something you're enjoying, then you're not going to stick with it. So
Right.
just do what you like. That's
Very
what I would
true.
say.
Well, thank you for this
You're welcome.
interview. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll catch you at the next video. You ready?
I'm uncomfortable, but ready.
Okay, that's okay. But I cannot stand to say I will try to break myself.
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't know how people do it. You hear some public speakers who are perfect who never say and I'm like, do you like go have brain surgery to get that little chunk removed?
Oh my gosh. So it is a Les Paul's Classic. I said Les Paul's.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
And then I'll ask you about strings and
I'm
stuff
afraid
like
this
that.
pick will break a string sometimes. It's so
I
thick.
know. And you've like really wore it down too. It's
Well, I've had this exact pick for like 12 years. So
you really?
Literally,
That's
yeah.
funny. That's funny.
I'm surprised it's only that wore down.
Yeah. We tune because we care.
Correct. I don't want to be sounding like a bum on the internet any more than I already am gonna.
You're not a bum, you're good. Does this make it hard to tune?
Only slightly.
If this makes it to the bloopers, I am back here watching the camera for quality control.
That's true. And that guy was getting it on
Hey,
a
he was.
bicycle. Whoa, that guy was probably going like 15 miles an hour.
Come check out my merch page, guys. Please don't put that in.
This is going in the
No,
bloopers.
please don't.
That's why I turned
Look
it back
like a
on.
goob.
It's going in the bloopers.
Look, you don't need to worry about looking like a goob. We all know that you are one.
Okay, well that's fair, but like the internet doesn't know that yet.
They will
Internet's
know
gonna
when
know.
this is done with.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Hey guys, today we have a hilarious prank video.
If you look.
Gonna punch my dad in the face.
Poor dad. Is there something in my hair?
No, I was just rubbing the pig through your part.
Oh, ow. That's so weird.
Sorry.
There's no kids play basketball out there.
Do they even have a hoop? I don't think they do.
They do, I can see it.
Oh, where's it at?
It's there.
Oh, I see it. Okay.